y a des directions qui ont été données en huis clos et ça va être mis en place. On lit la fermeture du huis clos.
Que la réunion à huis clos soit ajournée afin de retourner à la réunion régulière.
Secondé, M. Zan. Tout le monde en faveur? Merci. Les annonces. M. Lalonde?
20 fromages, ce
J'ai
samedi.
osé de l'oublier, ça, on me l'a dit aujourd'hui. J'ai une chance qu'on me l'a dit.
Oui, parce que vous serez dans le trouble avec une certaine personne, M. le maire. Donc, samedi soir à 8h30, ici à l'Arena à Clarence Creek. C'est organisé par l'UAPCC.
C'est un beau vin fromage de Clarence.
Habituellement, il y a à peu près au-dessus de 100 sortes de fromages. Puis, c'est
De
vraiment bien
Clarence,
fait.
c'est Mme Mercedes, la victoire.
Ouais. Ce serait dans votre intérêt, M. le maire, d'y être.
Oui, surtout comme averti au mois de septembre. Monsieur Simard.
Jeudi soir, c'est la parade de l'Halloween à l'école du Rosaire à Saint-Pascal.
Pas obligé de mettre votre masque à soir, monsieur Simard.
Non, je connais.
Monsieur Lavert.
C'est comique à son
Non, ça va,
Monsieur Bouchard. Ça va. Monsieur Cardani. Monsieur Zan. Juste pour dire que samedi, on a eu le lancement du Coquelicot. C'était très bien. La Légion a fait le lancement à côté de l'aréna de Jean-Marc Lalonde. Je demande aux gens, s'il y en a qui veulent joindre la Légion, gênez-vous pas. Vous n'avez pas besoin de rien de spécial. Vous faites juste demander à la Légion, ils vont vous donner une application. Déjà, ça prenait un numéro d'un vétéran que vous connaissiez, mais là, c'est plus nécessaire. La Légion, c'est des gens qui vont aider nos vétérans, qui vont aider les enfants des vétérans. Ils ont plusieurs bons buts. Et puis, j'encouragerais tout le monde. Moi et puis M. Grimard, on va joindre la Légion. On a eu nos pamphlets samedi. Fait que j'encouragerais tout le monde de joindre la Légion. C'est une bonne organisation. Merci. Période de questions. Période de questions ce soir, ça va être seulement sur les sujets d'agenda. Demande votre nom, votre adresse et vous avez quelques minutes. S'il y a quelqu'un qui a des questions sur l'agenda, venez-vous-en.
Monsieur Laurent, là, vous savoir comment ça se fait qu'on fait le comité d'environnement.
Il y en a un comité d'environnement, M. Lebonté.
Oui?
Oui.
C'est quand qu'on a le meeting?
Ben, ça, c'est mis sur le... C'est qui est sur le... C'est M. Simard qui est dessus.
Le 15 novembre, nous venons à Renault.
15 novembre?
Oui.
Ici?
Oui.
OK.
C'est tout. Merci. Item demande du Conseil. Mme Choya.
I'm going to read it in English because people don't hear the province. Whereas the owners of 4002 Champlain Street in Bourget, Adam Gregory Nicholson and Sarah Picnic, obtained a minor variance for the height of their garage further to the reconstruction. And whereas the height of the garage shown on the engineer's plan differs from the height indicated on the minor variance application, a new minor variance application is required for the height of the existing garage. And whereas despite having started the reconstruction of the garage before obtaining a building permit, the owner provided all the documentation required for the minor variance application. Now therefore, be it resolved that the penalty applied on the bylaw 2015-176 in the amount of $1,033 be waived, and be it also resolved that the fees for the second minor variance application in the amount of $728 be waived.
C'est déjà secondé par moi, monsieur.
Je pense que c'est une erreur qui a été faite.
Oui.
C'était la dérogation de demander une deuxième erreur, puisqu'il y a une erreur qui a été faite. Je pense que ce serait raisonnable de laisser faire le deuxième coup pour la dérogation. C'est la même bâtisse et tout. Là, fait que,
Finalement, le but premier, c'est que le garage soit construit pour suivre les normes. Alors, on veut s'assurer que ça respecte les normes. Puis aussi, c'est que c'est une erreur qui s'est glissée. Un document disait un autre temps, les documents de l'ingénieur disaient un autre temps. Alors, c'est une erreur de calligraphie. Alors, mais la première demande avait été acceptée, mais en tenant compte du formulaire de demande et non du plan de l'ingénieur. Mais toute la documentation était ensemble, mais après ça s'est glissé. Alors, oui, bon, ils ont eu une finalité, mais là, je pense que juste déjà de payer le permis, c'est déjà beaucoup. Puis, le fait que c'est une erreur, mais on essaie d'éviter d'avoir des coûts additionnels, des coûts légaux aussi qui pourraient s'élever assez rapidement.
M. Cardani.
Can we have that information that actually stipulates that this actually happened? in order for myself to make a proper decision on this. I also heard that you said it was time sensitive,
Yeah.
so.
Because what happens is that they had to stop the construction until they were approved to be able to go for the second minor variance.
Mhm.
So now they're really getting late to finish the garage. So that's why. And I had a discussion with the department, and the department are all comfortable with that. And so everybody is ending up being a winning. Really. The both winning. The city wins in this, and the.
So I just wanted to clarify that our goal is to have a deal. We would ideally like that it meets the requirements. We want to be able to have the builder be able to meet the requirements first. That's the goal, really, and to try and work with them. Whether or not the fees should be deferred, that's not up to us. So I can't really comment on that. Our point really is to try and work with the homeowner as much as possible, and to make sure that they meet all the requirements, the building code requirements, and that they apply for all the permits that they need to apply, so that their building is compliant up to code.
Which is happening right now. They're working very closely with the city.
Ici, soit je dis que la pénalité appliquée sur le règlement soit retirée, c'était une pénalité parce qu'il n'y avait pas plus de permis, ça?
C'est ça, parce qu'elle a pensé, il a pensé...
Comme vous dites, Mme Cognard, que c'est assez qu'on paye le permis, mais quand on construit quelque chose, il faut payer un permis.
Oui, le permis paye. Donc, il paye le permis.
Mais vous dites qu'il a payé le permis, c'est assez, mais on ne lance pas un message présentement en disant, ben, là, on peut aller bâtir sans avoir le permis, après ça, on va enlever la pénalité. Jusqu'à là, on se fasse pogner, on enlève.
Non, ils ont quand même une demande.
Non, je te parle de la pénalité.
C'est qu'ils ont demandé, ils ont fait la demande, mais à cause du temps, ils ont commencé à bâtir en attendant d'avoir le demande.
Ah oui, mais...
Oui, mais c'est
Pas de même, non?
Mais c'est ce que j'essaie d'expliquer. On lance un message, là, on a le droit de bâtir un garage, on a le droit de bâtir, si on bâtit une maison, ben là, je vais bâtir une maison, il va neiger la semaine prochaine, je veux commencer. J'ai pas mon permis, je veux commencer. C'est ce qu'on lance, là. Juste, be careful with that.
La pénalité, c'est pas à cause que pour le permis qui n'avait pas été...
C'est ça?
Oui.
Ah, OK.
C'est que selon le règlement, s'ils n'appliquent pas pour un permis, ils ont le
Moi,
frais
je
double.
suis bien d'accord d'enlever la dérogation parce qu'il y a une erreur de
Oui.
fait.
Ouais.
La pénalité, je dois être d'accord avec
Oui.
M.
Oui.
Levert. Après tout.
Moi, je suis d'accord avec ça.
M. Zant?
Non.
Non, moi, c'était ça, c'était juste...
Wait, too. Yes.
Just a polite reminder, the person in the room who is representing this issue speaks English.
Okay.
So
Oh, I'm
they
sorry.
missed some of that debate.
No, sorry about that. It's just that,
I think I got the gist of it.
yeah, the thing is I'm all for the minor variance being waived because it was a mistake made during the waive. But the penalty, the fact is, if you start building without a building permit, there is a penalty on that. And
Yes, we understand that that is normally the situation.
you want to come to the front?
Yeah, I think I've actually come to address this with you guys the first time we came to apply for variance. What happened was my original building had caught on fire and it burnt down, and I just had some bad advice about on the reconstruction. Was told just from some people that I knew, other builders, that because it was an existing building, I'm allowed to rebuild, but I wasn't aware of needing the permit for that. As soon as it was brought to my attention, we went and complied with everything that we were asked for from the city. We did have some financial strain that kind of slowed down our process after that had happened. Some financial stuff changed in our life. We have already received fines as part of the penalty, and we've paid those fines, and we understand that that's part of our obligation. What we're asking for is not to have excess more penalties from the city. That would make it onerous, because our objective is to pay our permit and go ahead with the construction as should be done. But what happens by adding more and more penalties all the time, it slows our process down and doesn't allow us to complete our.
May we ask Marie-Ève, maybe, what is exactly this fine and of $1,033? If he's already had, if he's already had a fine, what's this fine all about?
So as per the bylaw, if the permit is not, they don't apply for the permit, the permit is, the fee is doubled. So which is this case? So
Okay.
they'd have to pay the original fee for the permit plus the
Okay, but you were saying that you already paid a fine.
I paid a fine, so we got prosecution in court, so it goes to a provincial court, right?
Okay.
So we were found guilty of building without a permit,
Okay?
right, which we pled guilty to because we just didn't know at the time, we just had bad information, so.
So that was
We pled guilty and we've had to pay that fine.
Okay.
So that's 1,033.
Yeah, and so that's
Oh.
basically means we've already added to the cost of our building because of our mistake, but with the city, you guys automatically double the fee when we've made the mistake of not applying the first time.
Okay, so this.
So we're just asking for that fee to not be doubled. We have no problem with paying the actual building permit fee, but by doubling it, it's kind of, like I said, we went through some financial strain at the time, and it's
Okay.
really onerous on us getting it completed.
So this 1,033 goes to the court or goes to us?
the court. It doesn't go to us.
Doesn't go to us?
No.
But what you're asking is, let's say the cost of the permit is $1,200, you're asking $2,400.
Well, I'm not asking for that. The bylaw.
That's what the
Yeah.
bylaw says, which I do understand, and I do understand, and I do agree with it, unfortunately.
No, I should just say there's the. So the 1,033 is not the actual permit. It's just the fine itself. So on top of the 1,033, he paid the actual.
So,
How much did he pay for the original for the permit?
The original permit, I believe, comes to 1,300 and change, and it gets doubled to 2,600 over there.
Yeah. So
Okay.
So the permit is required, and the fee for the permit is required based on a bunch of stuff, depending on the type of construction and all that. That's calculated, and that's required for them to be able to build something. In this case, I think it's a garage, but it doesn't really matter. A house, a garage, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then, if that permit isn't issued, or if they don't ask for the permit, or they don't I don't know how to say this, they don't file a permit, then, and they decide to build, then what happens is that the only process we have is go to court in order for them to comply. In this case, for them to comply means that they need to apply for the building permit. They need to, if construction had started, need to rectify the structure so it meets the building code. And so that fee to go to court is not, the city doesn't see that, that's the court to go the fee. And then on top of that, they have to, the permit is doubled as per the bylaw as a penalty. So it goes from, in this case, 1,300 to 2,600 for just the permit for the building.
So if I can also just address, if I can also just address the language that was used there. It said that if we don't comply, so it's, or his assertion was that they had to take us to court to comply. They didn't have to take us to court to comply. As soon as we were made aware of what was necessary, we started the process of complying. We attained, we had difficulties, but we attained drawings, engineered, who came out, inspected everything, made a drawing for us to submit to the city. But the city decided to press this charge in court, regardless of the fact that we were complying, just as a penalty, basically, for doing what we did. And I agree that what we did, although it was not intentional, it did go against your law. And so we've paid a penalty already, even though we were in the process of complying.
Okay, so you paid $2,600 plus 1,033 plus 728.
I haven't paid the 2,600 yet because we can't pay for the building. I haven't paid for the building permit yet because we need to get the variance approved.
Well, let's say everything is approved.
Yes.
You would pay 2,600 plus 1,033 plus 728.
Yes.
As it stands now.
Yes.
Is that accurate?
Well, they want to double 728.
Yeah.
No, not the double the
No, no,
728.
no.
It's the double the 1300, which would make it to 26 because
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're asking for a second time to have 728.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
And it's that second one that's one.
So just to clarify, because the minor variance, the application for the minor variance and the fee for the minor variance, there was an error in the height. So the minor variance that was approved was for a height that's not the height that the building is built to. So it needs to reapply for the minor variance. So that would mean 2 times the fee
Yeah.
for the minor
I
variance.
understand.
and that error that was on that minor variance. So I sat down in the office with Mr. Sommier, who was the building inspector at the time. So he sat me down and he was the one that was walking me through what I needed to do to apply for the variance. And he had the engineer's drawings with the calculations on it, and he was the one, and because it was I believe it was in Imperial, and the variance had to be applied for in metric. He was the one that did the calculations and filled out the numbers and got the number wrong on the form, which is why our variance was not approved at the height that was actually on the engineer's drawing that the city actually had at the time.
So the onus to fill the application is the homeowners, it's not the city. We do not offer that service and we do not fill the applications on behalf of the homeowners.
Well, there's still a mistake made for the Z garage, that's why I'm saying for the minor.
Yeah, so there's the 2 times the minor variance, yeah. Yeah.
And also, this is.
How about we do it in 2 items? Let's say we'll go for who's in favor of waiving the minor variance, the second minor variance. Qui est en faveur d'enlever la dérogation mineure pour la deuxième fois? Okay, we're waiving that. Now, who's in favor of?
Can you just tell them which one you're waiving?
We're
That was
this
for the minor variance. I
minor
understood
variance,
that.
That's it. Who's in favor of keeping the building permit at 1,300 instead of doubling?
But the resolution says to remove it, to waive it.
Well, right now, he's paid 1,033, it's the double permit that he hasn't paid.
That's the fine.
So that's why I'm just going to the fine that hasn't been paid. So who's in favor of leaving it at $1,300 instead of $2,600?
No, that's not what
No, no, no,
that's
no.
not- it says here
He
It
hasn't
says
been
here-
paid at 1,300.
that the penalty,
No.
they want to waive the penalty. That's what it says.
The penalty of 1,000, that's already been paid to the court.
No,
Yeah, no,
no,
that's
that's
a-
another thing. That's
No,
another thing.
sorry. What we're asking for is for the building permit not to be doubled.
There you go.
Ça, c'est mal écrit. Ça, c'est mal.
I'm just saying.
Mais c'est le nom qui m'avait donné ça.
Yeah, 1,033 is the penalty you paid in court.
That's the penalty I paid in court.
So right now, that's been paid. So we're only looking, if you want to put something, the second resolution would be to put the building permit at 1,300
Yeah.
and not double it.
Yeah.
In favor.
Well, so what you can do is, because you don't have a good number, is you can just say that you're not going to enforce the part where it's doubled.
Okay.
So the building permit is going to be what the building permit is.
Okay, so,
So the 1,033 was paid?
Yes, that was a fine to the provincial court.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, but our part,
But to
for
you,
a building permit.
but for the building permit.
It's not
That's not
paid.
paid yet because I need to get my variance before I pay for the permit because they won't approve the permit. So I don't pay for the permit until it's approved.
2,600.
The permit should be 1,300, but it was being doubled because of
penalty.
penalty.
So
It's
we're,
26.
I'm
It is
asking-
$2,600.
It is 2,600
Yes.
because it's been doubled as a penalty.
Exactly.
So I'm asking who wants to leave the building permit at $1,300, the original cost with no penalty. In favor? Count? Okay. Sorry. So the minor variance is waived, but the penalty on the building permit is left.
All right. Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Correct. Il t'aime par consentement? Il t'aime par consentement. Y a-t-il quelque chose que vous voulez sortir? Monsieur Levert,
Ouais, j'ai tout perdu, là. Ça sent bien.
vous l'avez pas, M. Simard est prêt à partir.
C'est lequel encore, ça?
Il dit qu'il finit à 8
Par
heures.
consentement, oui, excusez. C'est assez long.
Arrête de gagner, puis l'idée.
Les items suivants, tels qu'identifiés sur la rubrique items par consentement à l'ordre du jour de la réunion régulière du 28 octobre 2019, soient adoptés. 10.1. Adoption des procès-verbaux des réunions suivantes. A. Réunion régulière 7 octobre 2019. B. Comité plénier 7 octobre 2019. 10.2. Réception des procès-verbaux des réunions suivantes. A. Comité consultatif du patrimoine 28 mai 2019. B. Comité de dérogation 28 août 2019. 6.3. Les recommandations suivantes du comité plénier du 7 octobre 2019. A. Résolution pour autoriser que la totalité du montant budgété, soit 335 000 $, soit utilisée pour l'implantation du projet d'intranet et système de gestion des documents SharePoint. B. Résolution pour approuver la liste des fournisseurs uniques et exclusifs. C. Résolution pour approuver la liste... C. Résolution pour autoriser que la Cité soumette une demande de subvention au programme d'infrastructure Investir dans le Canada, volet communautaire, culturel et récréatif pour le projet de carrefour communautaire. Résolution pour adopter les salaires payés pour la période du 25 août 2019 au 5 octobre 2019 au montant brut de 991 000 462,57 sous et le montant net de 717 224 et 38 sous.
Secondé, M. Bouchard, tout le monde en faveur? Merci. 11.1, compte payé, M. Bouchard? Oui.
Qu'il soit résolu que les comptes payés pour la période du 9 septembre 2019 et au 20 octobre 2019 au montant de 9 95 503 029 soit adoptés tels que recommandés.
Secondé. M. Lalonde, tout le monde en faveur? Merci.
9 millions.
11.2, M. Simard, en constitution du balcon.
Attendu que le Conseil a approuvé la résolution 2019-17 afin d'approuver les modifications au balcon du presbytère de la paroisse Sainte-Trinité, attendu que les plans de construction ont été modifiés afin de démontrer une hauteur de 42 pouces pour la balustrade au premier et au deuxième étage, tel que discuté dans le rapport AME-19-17-R, qu'il soit résolu que le Conseil approuve les modifications au balcon du presbytère tel que démontré par les plans de Gascon Engineering et Structural Design Incorporé, révision 4 datée du 16 octobre 2019, ainsi que par les spécifications soumises à l'annexe C du rapport AME-19-91-R.
Secondé. M. Zan, question? Tout le monde en faveur? Merci. 12.1, c'est là.
Okay. Qu'il soit résolu que le conseil municipal adopte le règlement. Une minute, j'ai la misère avec mon affaire. 2019-72, soit l'amendement numéro 13 au plan officiel de la cité de Clarence-Rockland, plan secondaire.
Secondé. M. Cardelli, question? Tout le monde en faveur? Merci. Règlement de confirmation, M. Zant?
Il soit résolu que le règlement numéro 2019-102 est un règlement de confirmation pour la réunion régulière du 28 octobre 2019 soit adopté.
Secondé. M. Cardelli. Tout le monde en faveur? Merci. Ajournement 8h10.